Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Socom 2 US Navy SEALs. Sorry I haven't had a part out in a few days, been busy with a few things, but we're continuing from where we left off, and we're here on Chapter 2. So Chapter 2 of this game actually takes place in Brazil. Now I know a lot of my fans in Albania, you guys love the Albania chapter with the Albania Mafia, but in on the Brazil part, we're going to be fighting a Brazilian rebel group that's in the jungles. So hope you guys enjoy this. I know I have a lot of fans that are in Brazil as well, so let me know what you think of this chapter of the game. But let's do this part here. So every chapter of the game, every 3 missions takes you to a different country, and there's a different situation going on. So in the first chapter of Albania, you had the Albanian Mafia trafficking plutonium, but now something's going on in the jungles in Brazil.
Nas Forças Armadas Revolucionárias? Deserção? Você é insignificante! Mas o que poderia esperar de homem?
So this is actually the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Brazil. That's the terrorist group that you fight in this game. They're based on a real-life terrorist group.
Brazil has contacted the U.S. for assistance. A separatist group calling themselves the RAFB, or Revolutionary Armed Forces of Brazil, is intent on destabilizing the government there. The RAFB's operations focus primarily on terrorist acts against government targets and are financed by illegal drug trade. Opting to stand by their ally, U.S. politicians have pledged their full support by lending operational assistance from Socom. Your fire team is being deployed to the region to assist the Brazilian government in gathering intel on the RAFB, and if deemed necessary, potentially neutralizing their operational capabilities.
So the faction that you're fighting in this part, they're called the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Brazil. But they're not part of the Brazilian army. It's a terrorist group, and it's a communist group. And they're also running drug labs of cocaine in the jungles. And the Revolutionary Armed Forces Brazil is based on a real-life group called the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, also known as FARC. The Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, they're a terrorist group that has fought in the jungles of Colombia for decades. And recently, you know, a few years ago, they signed a treaty with the Colombian government, but there have been some fighting that has started up again. So that's what the group is based on.
To infiltrate the outlying slums of Rio, a key location for RAFB recruiting and strategic planning. In order to ascertain the RAFB's future activities, your SEAL team is being ordered to recon the area suspected of RAFB activity and to meet with a local informant, code-named Ragbag, who is offering information about the terrorist group. Based on the intel he provides, your team should get a fix on the location of the local cell leader. Once you have positively identified the target, restrain them, and then move to extract via unmarked ground transport. Civilian casualties must be avoided.
So, if anybody has ever watched the anime Black Lagoon, Roberta in Black Lagoon is a former FARC member, former Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia terrorist.
Objective 1, rendezvous with informant. Objective 2, restrain RAFB cell leader. Objective 3, extract with cell leader.
Okay, let's look at the map. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Map, okay. Who drew this map? Pretty good for someone who can't draw and doesn't speak English. Arts building, heavily guarded. The slums overlook a lagoon of raw sewage. RFAB could be hiding dozens of snipers in this area. Side view of slums. Heavily guarded. Okay. Meet informant. He's identified himself as Ragbag. Meet him at 0300. Ally. Stay hidden on the roof until nightfall, then move covertly. Locate, locals will alert RFAB in the area. General intel, okay. Let's see what we got here. The RFAB is growing fast. Recruits are taken to the terrorists' cocaine factories in the jungle for training. Civilians will be active in the slums. Try to avoid harming them, but don't let them alert the enemy. The RFAB has been recruiting using these flyers. Many recruits come from the area, may be heavily guarded. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Baptista approached us with claims that the RFAB was kidnapping Brazilian children from the city, brainwashing them into the in the Amazon rainforest, and molding them into the zealous soldiers. When the Brazilian government confirmed his story, we were convinced that Baptista could be of use. He's back on the street working his contacts for information on the movements of the local RFAB cell leader. He will relay what he discovers at tonight's rendezvous. No, Felix's motivation may be altruistic. We have evidence that his youngest sister was deeply involved with the RFAB and disappeared while on an RFAB raid. 3 months prior to first meeting with us, however, he is excitable and not very intelligent. He could jeopardize the entire operation without realizing it. Keep a close eye on him. So yeah, that's somebody you gotta watch out for. Their family member is a member of the terrorist group. You know that's potential that they could betray you. Let's see. Area of operation: Rio Amazon jungle. Political agenda: the destabilization of the Brazilian government. Brazil is the United States' only remaining ally in South America, and the government there has requested our assistance in dealing with the rising threat of terrorism in their country. Shared intelligence indicates that the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Brazil are recruiting heavily in the slums of Rio, where people live in squalor, a prime condition for growing dissent. That's true, because a lot of people that live in the favelas are very poor, and there's a massive poverty there, and so a group like that could easily recruit there. People are desperate, and if they try to brainwash people and try to give them a cause to fight for, they might follow that. Intel further indicates that drug running is a major source of funding for the training, arming, and hiring of these recruits, with highly paid elite mercenaries serving as instructors. As the RFAB matures, they will no doubt be capable of terrorist acts on a grand scale. Leader, Quixada Cristo, if I'm reading that correctly. The leader of the RFAB is the daughter of a wealthy Brazilian industrialist and prostitute from the slums of Rio favelas sprawl. Both are deceased, and from early childhood, Quixada has been on the run from the law and has from time to time resorted to prostitution in order to survive. No doubt disgusted by her living conditions and impassioned by the duress of people in her class, Quixada sought training from members of half a dozen mercenary organizations. Her instructors suspiciously turned up dead when she felt her education was complete. Leader psych profile: homicidal, suffers from a persecution complex. Evidence points to a possible blood fetish. Members associates: members of the RFAB are usually recruited from the uneducated, unwashed masses of the slums in Rio. Young women are groomed for minor leadership roles in the organizations, while men tend to remain at nominal status with a significant attrition rate. The ratio between the sexes is imbalanced, with women outnumbering men. Okay.
America, your first...
Let's go to our armory here. Let's see what weapons we got. Okay. This is in the slums. So okay. Because we're in the slums here, there's gonna be probably a lot of close quarter fighting in the favelas. M4 I think will still be a decent weapon. Let's get him, okay. Okay, and we'll... I think that's good enough. Jester we gave an MP5 for. Okay, let's do it here. Secure terrorist leader for questioning. Okay.
Team, this is HQ. The Brazilian government desperately needs assistance in gathering intel on the RAFB organization. They pose a real threat to the stability of the country. Your first primary objective for the mission will be to meet with our informant within the city. Meet with him, and then carry on with the next objectives. Good luck.
Okay, clear insertion area.
Olá, como vai?
Estou bem, e você?
Vou indo. Ei, apareceu pra experimentar os meus espetinhos?
Que tipo de carne?
É uma surpresa.
Obrigado. Estou vendo uma patrulha. Vejo você mais tarde.
Ok, você é quem perde. Mas volte se mudar de ideia.
Pensando bem, acho que vou experimentar. Quanto é?
Ou escolha, boa escolha. Vou lhe dar o desconto especial. Primeiro, experimente esse de graça. Se você gostar, volta e compra mais pros amigos.
Ah, muito bom. Sem dúvida, volto para mais. Talvez amanhã. Até mais, Bernardo.
Tome cuidado.
Okay.
There are a lot of places to hide in the city. Keep your eyes out for hidden threats.
Hear anything in Portuguese, Vando will translate it for you. Okay.
Well, looks like at least one vendor's open for business. Think she takes credit cards?
Huh?
I see hostiles. Keep quiet. This doesn't look like the kind of place we want to get caught in a firefight.
Man, she looks like she would settle for recycled soda bottles as a form of payment.
Okay, we're gonna watch the civilians too, because the civilians will warn the RAFB. Okay. What's that noise?
Oi, Lucas. E aí? Já pensou na nossa proposta?
Sim, Gaspar. Tenho pensado nisso desde que nos encontramos. Acho que seria bom entrar para a organização. Parece bem melhor do que trabalhar na oficina a vida inteira. Mas a minha mãe, ela não quer que eu vá para o campo. Ela disse que parece ser perigoso.
Pensei que concordamos que você não contaria a ninguém sua decisão antes de me contar.
Mas, Gaspar, ela é minha mãe. Eu não poderia partir sem contar para ela? Se ela pudesse ao menos saber onde eu vou estar, onde fica o campo.
Isso não vai acontecer. Temos inimigos no governo, Lucas. Não gostam do fato de que patrulhamos as ruas e os tornamos seguras. Porque eles mesmos não podem fazê-lo. São ociosos e retrogradas. Precisam de uma lição. Vai ver quando chegar ao campo. Vamos ensinar como sobreviver na floresta, como atirar e manter uma arma, como ser um homem. Quando voltar, a sua mãe vai sentir orgulho. Orgulho que o filho está fazendo alguma coisa para um Brasil melhor.
Está bem, Gaspar. Você me convenceu.
Ótimo, Lucas. Ótimo. Então, vejo você às 4 da manhã. Um caminhão vem estar estacionando no pátio, como um monumento de um anjo. Tente dormir um pouco antes disso.
Não sei se posso, Gaspar. Eu estou tão agitado, mas vou tentar. Boa noite, amigo.
Bom, é certo. Quem sabe agora o besta de Lucimar me deixa em paz.
Para ficar mais forte. Espero nunca ver isso.
So, any of my Brazilian fans, let me know in the comments what you think of the Portuguese in this game. Do you think the actors did a good job?
Enemy sighted. He's moving.
Okay. What are we supposed to do with the civilians? I'm guessing, okay, well. I guess I can't restrain the civilians, Okay.
Had to break the hold fire, sir. Hostiles were dangerously close. Target neutralized.
Primary objective complete.
Okay, that's secured. Now, what I was saying is, the way that the RFAB is recruiting in this game is very similar to the way that FARC recruits. They go into impoverished areas, they tell people that you'll have a better life, you fight for us. But FARC are terrorists, they're murderers, and they also deal in cocaine. You know, they traffic it. And so this is that you can tell that that RFAB is heavily based on FARC.
Where the hell is he? Wait a minute. Great. Our pigeon has got himself caught.
É muito estranho estar por aqui hoje, não, Félix? Na mesma noite em que Queixada se encontra com Lucimar.
Não, Alvidônia. Só vim aqui pra beber com os amigos. Eu não...
Você é um bêbado e um tolo, Félix. E pensa que pode me enganar. Sabemos que faria qualquer coisa em troca de uma bebida alcoólica. Isso, pelo é verdadeiro. Continua um mistério. O motivo por que não voltou ao nosso território. O simples fato de ser irmão do nosso camarada morto não torna valioso. Não precisamos de você.
Não sabia que estaria aqui essa noite, Vidônia. Eu só queria beber.
Bate nele, Vidônia! Eu acho que ele está protelando para tentar ganhar tempo. Mas primeiro...
Okay, we gotta get the informant out of there. Okay, what building was that? Flashbang going in. Damn, I hate how the, it's like they need another flashbang.
Tenho que fazer isso para viver.
Okay. Okay, where is he going? What are you doing?
You have a new objective, team. Press the select button for more information.
Okay, follow Ragbag. Okay.
Moving to your location. We're in position, sir.
So that RFAB commander, you can actually take her alive in that... Oh. Yeah, terrible place for a firefight.
Tango down. Hostile down, sir. It's a little late, but do you know the time in Vienna?
É primavera em Viena. Desculpe, eu perdi a cabeça. Ainda bem que você me encontrou. Sem dúvida, só iriam parar quando eu estivesse morto.
If you hadn't stopped running, I would have killed you myself.
Sim, entendo. A Quixada vai se reunir com o líder da célula, a Lucimar, hoje à noite numa casa lá na favela. Com sorte, poderá capturar não só a Lucimar, mas a Quixada também. Terá de passar pela Porta Vermelha. Quando você ver o anjo, estará bem perto.
How much time do we have?
Vá embora agora. A reunião deve acontecer a qualquer momento. Ou ficar aqui até tudo estar acabado. Boa sorte.
Okay. Eavesdrop on the meeting.
Command.
Okay.
We've met with the informant and received the intel.
Primary objective complete. Now locate and restrain Lucimar, the local RAFB cell leader. Use caution not to damage the package. This leader is no good to us dead.
There we go, down. Okay.
Roger that. Ready to fire.
Target neutralized. Enemy sighted. 1 o'clock. Subject neutralized. Acquired a target, sir.
Inimigo à vista!
Okay. Looks like it's clear for now. Okay.
I'm right with you, sir.
Scratch one tango.
Okay. Just go down through here then.
Americanos!
Contact. 6 o'clock, huh?
Okay, good thing I brought the rest of the team over here.
Não pode nos tratar assim! Somos os seus melhores fregueses! E a sua mãe dorme com a gente? Sei lá. Vamos, Modesto. Precisamos encontrar mais bebida. Venha, Joaquim! Estamos bebendo e precisamos que nos leve. Sim, e eu preciso de um balde. Pronto para a grande reunião? O envio disse que a própria queixada Cristo está na cidade.
Seu idiota, cala essa boca! Tem uma arma, quer que atire em você?
Todos sabem que ele está vindo, Joaquim! E não souberam através de nós!
Suma daqui! Vá pra casa! Vá dormir!
Ah, ele é de mancha prazeres! Somos bons soldados, Helder! Você e eu! Mas nunca subiremos na organização porque não somos mulheres!
É verdade, amigo, é verdade. Mas achou que são loucos o bastante para nos manterem. Por falarmos alto demais. Vamos procurar um bar tranquilo. Beber até amanhecer.
Okay,
I had worse in junior high. I'll be fine.
Tenho a sensação que estamos sendo observados!
there we go. Got her. Okay. Down. Yeah, you gotta watch a lot of combat in this mission. And
Target acquired.
Irmã, como
That's
vão os
their
esforços do
leader.
recrutamento?
Estamos à frente do plano, minha irmã. Os moradores dessas favelas juntam-se a nós facilmente para lutar contra o governo. E estão impacientes para ter um lugar no futuro.
Surpresa? Essa gente não tem nada. Vive na própria sujeira.
Assim que entenderem que estamos em guerra, uma guerra contra o domínio do Estado, ficarão entusiasmados. Alguns questionam os campos de treinamento na floresta, mas sobretudo são homens.
Sim, as mulheres são em geral mais sensatas do que os homens. Não vou à sua reunião desta noite. Tenho outras coisas a fazer antes de amanhecer. Faça o possível para que haja convertidos no caminhão antes de eu voltar. Force-os!
Quixada?
O que foi, Lucimar?
Não estamos bem armados. Precisamos de mais rifles. Sinto que a qualquer momento o governo vai aparecer e nos calar.
O governo desse país não irá nos deter, Lucimar. É incapaz de agir. Se alguém tentar nos impedir, será de fora do governo, de fora do país. Não se preocupe, Lucimar. Depois de nos pagarem pelo próximo embarque de cocaína, providenciarei os seus rifles. Agora vai e cuide para que os campos de treinamento não estejam vazios amanhã.
Okay. Okay, locate the hideout. Okay. See if we can capture Lucimar here.
I've been a lot of places in the world. Switching to safe.
Temos de lutar! Não podemos perder! Vamos lutar até a morte! Há alguém lá! Procure-os!
Okay, see here. The hideout, okay. So yeah, in a country like Brazil, you know, you have the favelas are very dangerous and very high crime areas, but do you know what nobody ever talks about? Nobody ever talks about why the favelas are so dangerous. The reason? It's because of poverty. People are so poor, they're desperate. They'll do anything really for money. Not saying that every poor person is going to commit crimes, but you also have to understand their perspective to a degree that...
It's there if we need it.
Okay, restrain leader. Okay,
Objective complete.
let's take Lusamar alive. So, when people are in poverty, they're more likely to commit crime because they get desperate, because they're in poverty. They're really poor, and they don't have much opportunity. And so if you actually help people get out of poverty, you're going to actually reduce crime by a lot. But the thing about this is, a country like Brazil, for example, their police are very militarized, even much more than America's police force. People think that America's police force is the most militarized police force in the world when it's not. Okay. Let's see if we can get her here.
Target eliminated.
Okay. So what Brazil does is Brazil spends tons of money on the police. If you look at what the militarized police force looks like in Brazil, like when you see those... Like in Max Payne 3, when you saw like those favela raids that Ufe did, stuff like that happens in real life. If they focused on the poverty issue, they should still have a good police force, but if you focus on the poverty issue, you know, and you don't spend everything on the police like in Brazil they do, then you could help reduce a lot of the crime. The thing about this is that when the Olympics were actually going to happen in Brazil, what they did was they actually built a wall in Rio de Janeiro, like a big wall on the highway, so that when tourists were coming in and when the sports players were coming in, that when they were going through their buses, they actually wouldn't be able to see the favelas. Now, Brazilian government was claiming, no, this wasn't meant to hide the favelas. It was. You know, those walls, if you look at them, so instead of trying to fix the issue, instead of trying to fix the favelas, they just tried to cover it up. Okay, there she is. Flashbang going in.
Americanos! Inimigos à vista! Estou me entregando! Inimigo à
vista! Spectre, they were gonna fire on us, so I got them.
Objective complete. Good work.
Make sure the rest of this
The van is
building
waiting
is
for you
clear.
at the extraction point. Get moving before any more of the terrorists catch on to what has happened to their leader.
Okay, clear. Okay.
Carrying out escort detail.
Where's our extraction? Oh, it's over there. Okay.
They look like a threat, so I took them out. Hostile hit, sir.
Fire at will.
Fire, Commander.
Okay. Let's extract the leader out of here. Damn, I forgot how hard this mission was.
That's a kill.
Frag going in.
Target neutralized, sir. Enemy down.
We're getting flanked. We're getting flanked. Okay.
Hostile down.
Damn, Vandal's almost dead. Okay.
Contact. 6 o'clock. Enemy neutralized.
Damn. Okay. Leader secured. Okay, we did it. Got it. Okay.
You handled the mission like a true
I got an A
professional.
rating. Nice.
Good work.
You hear that, guys? I handled the mission like a true professional. I did. I missed one bonus objective. I think that might have been to capture those guys, those named enemies earlier. I think that's what that was probably. Teamwork rating 100%. Okay, nice. We did really good there, though. You know, close quarters were getting a bit rough there, too.
Team, you did a fine job infiltrating the target area and securing the RAFB cell leader. The Brazilian government is extremely pleased that there was a minimum loss of civilian life, and they have requested that the SEALs continue operating in their country until the RAFB's operational capabilities are neutralized.
Okay, so I guess we'll probably wrap it up here, guys. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.